Last year, I opened the chest of a 67-year-old man whose arteries looked like concrete pipes. He was on 4 blood pressure medications. 4. And his pressure was still dangerously high. He wasn't lazy. He wasn't ignoring his health. He was doing everything his doctors told him to do. And yet, there he was on my table. But here's what nobody told him. And what I'm going to tell you today, the answer was sitting in his kitchen the entire time. 5 simple things. No new prescriptions, no side effects, just food. Working the way food was always meant to work. Stay with me because by the end of this video, you're going to know exactly what to do. Starting tonight, let me tell you something they don't always explain at the doctor's office. After 60, your blood pressure doesn't just go up because of stress or salt. Something deeper is happening inside your arteries. Think of your blood vessels like a garden hose. When you're young, that hose is flexible. It stretches. It absorbs pressure. It handles the flow. But as you age, the walls of those vessels start to stiffen. They lose their elasticity. And a rigid hose can't handle the same pressure a flexible one can. That's when things start to go wrong. Now, here's what makes this personal for me. I've spent 30 years as a cardiac surgeon. Clear as throat, I've held human hearts in my hands. I've repaired arteries that look like they belonged in someone 20 years older. And every single time I ask myself the same question. How did it get this far? The answer more often than not is inflammation. Chronic, silent, slow-burning inflammation in the walls of the blood vessels. You don't feel it. There's no obvious symptom, but day after day, year after year, it quietly stiffens and narrows those vessels. And your heart has to work harder and harder just to push blood through. So why does food matter so much? Because what you eat 3 times a day is either fighting that inflammation or feeding it. Every meal is a decision your body is essentially doing what an entire class of blood pressure medications tries to do naturally for about $3 a bottle. Now, one important caution. Don't drink it straight. Always dilute it in water, at least 8 ounces. Undiluted vinegar can damage tooth enamel and irritate your esophagus. Use a straw if you can. And if you have any history of stomach ulcers or acid reflux, have a conversation with your doctor before starting this. But for most people over 60, this is one of the simplest, safest additions you can make. 1 glass with breakfast, 1 with lunch, 1 with dinner. Give it 3 weeks and check your numbers. Have you ever tried apple cider vinegar for anything? I'd love to know in the comments what you've heard about it, what you've tried, what surprised you. Let me ask you something. Do you check your blood pressure in the morning? Most people do, but here's what almost nobody talks about. What happens to your blood pressure while you're asleep? For many people over 60, pressure doesn't drop the way it should during the night. It should go down. It should give your heart a rest. But in a condition called nocturnal hypertension, it stays high or it spikes. While you're lying there completely unaware, your heart is working overtime. Your arteries are under stress and you wake up the next morning feeling tired and wondering why. Nocturnal hypertension is one of the most underdiagnosed and dangerous patterns I see. It's linked to a significantly higher risk of stroke and heart attack. And the troubling part is this. Your regular daytime readings won't catch it. You can have perfectly acceptable morning numbers and still have a serious problem happening every single night. So, what do walnuts have to do with any of this? Quite a lot, actually. About 30 grams, roughly 14 halves, eaten 30 minutes before bed, has been shown in multiple studies to meaningfully reduce nighttime blood pressure. And here's why. Walnuts are one of the richest plant sources of alpha-linolenic. Illinois, soybean oil, sunflower oil, corn oil are extremely high in omega-6 fatty acids. Now, omega-6 isn't inherently evil. Your body needs some of it. The problem is the ratio. For most of human history, people consume roughly equal amounts of omega-3 and omega-6 fatty acids. Today, the average person consumes anywhere from 15 to 20 times more omega-6 than omega-3. 15 to 20 times. And that extreme imbalance drives something that every cardiologist and cardiac surgeon dreads. Chronic systemic inflammation. Remember that slow-burning inflammation in your blood vessel walls we talked about earlier? The kind that stiffens your arteries year after year. Excess omega-6 from these refined oils is one of the primary fuels feeding that fire. Every time you cook with canola or soybean oil, you are adding inflammation to your cardiovascular system. And here's what makes it worse. These oils are unstable at high heat. When you heat them to cooking temperature, they oxidize. They break down into compounds called aldehydes, which are directly toxic to blood vessel walls. You can't see it happening. Your food doesn't taste any different, but the damage accumulates with every meal. So, what should you use instead? 2 things. Extra virgin olive oil for everything that doesn't require very high heat. Salad dressings, light sautéing, drizzling over vegetables. Extra virgin olive oil is rich in oleocanthal, a natural anti-inflammatory compound, and in monounsaturated fats that actively support healthy blood vessel function. Decades of research back this up without any serious debate. And for higher heat cooking, real butter. Yes, I said butter, not margarine. Margarine is made from the same problematic vegetable oils we're trying to eliminate. Real traditional butter from grass-fed cows. If you can find it used in reasonable amounts, it is a far better choice for your cardiovascular system than the refined seed oils most people are cooking with every single day. I know this goes against what? of apple cider vinegar in a glass of water with each meal. 30 gram of walnuts, about 14 halves, 30 minutes before you go to sleep. 3 cups of hibiscus tea every day, hot or cold, minimal sugar. 5. Replace your canola and soybean oils with extra virgin olive oil and real butter. That's it. 5 things. No exotic supplements, no expensive equipment, nothing that requires a prescription. Now, here's what I want you to do right now before you close this video. Pick just one. Not all 5. Just one that feels easiest for you tonight. Maybe it's the vegetables first. Maybe it's ordering some hibiscus tea. Maybe it's checking that oil cupboard. Just one. Start there. Because sustainable change doesn't come from doing everything at once and burning out in a week. It comes from one small decision. Repeat it consistently until it becomes invisible. Until it's just the way you live. I've seen this work, not in theory, in real people in their 60s and 70s and 80s who decided it wasn't too late to give their body better tools. It is never too late. Your blood vessels are remarkably responsive. Give them the right environment and they will respond. I'd love to know which of these 5 are you going to try first. Tell me in the comments. I read them. And if this video helped you or someone you love, please share it. There are people in your life right now who need exactly this information and have no idea it exists. And if you haven't subscribed yet, please do. Every week, I bring you honest, evidence-based information that I wish every one of my patients had access to long before they needed surgery. Take care of your heart. It has been working for you every single minute of your life without asking for anything in return. It deserves this. One last thing, and this is important. Everything I've shared today is general information based on current research and my clinical experience. It is not a replacement for your personal medical care. Please do not stop or